Then the last thing I wanted to show you today was bottling. So paid reserve bottling. So like I said before, the scenario here is that we have paid reserves that we've sold of a particular product and a particular unit of measure, and for some reason that needs to be changed into another product or another unit of measure. It all revolves around paid reserve bottling orders. So this is what does the work and does the management and the control before we post the conversion from one unit of measure or product into another. So the idea here is that we can set up bottling orders for an existing paid reserve, and then using the details on that bottling order, we can convert it into another product, another unit of measure, and it'll convert it and create new paid reserves. So if I go into my bottling order number 8, just to show you what the bottling order looks like. So at the top of the screen, we have the details of the existing paid reserve. So in this case, it's paid reserve number 15 that belongs to Mr. Co, and it's that product. And in this case, we only want to convert one case, one 6x75. The lines underneath is what we want to convert it into. So I said before that we could kind of predefine what possible products we wanted the existing paid reserve to be converted into. So we're using a bit of materials for that. So when I create the bottling order, it automatically populates the lines, in this case with the 3 options that I've predefined. And then it would be up to the user to come in here and say, this one 6-pack here, in this case, I want to turn it into 3 magnums of Sassicaia. The system will make sure that you're not gaining or losing any literage when you do the conversion. So the equivalent case quantity on the header has to match the total equivalent cases on the lines. So you can convert it into more than one product just by updating the new quantity here, but the total literage on the before and the after have to be the same. Once it's all correct and you're happy with it, you have things like document dates, posting dates, etc. You would then release the order, as you do with most transactions in the system, and then you post. And posting will remove the existing paid reserve or the one case and convert it with a new paid reserve number into the new case. So if I post, it'll go through and do all of that automatically, and it won't lose any liquid, it won't lose any volume, and it won't lose any cost. Everything's like for like, just apportioned across all the new paid reserves it's creating. So this is just showing you one bottling order, but I appreciate that people will need to do this in bulk. So as soon as the posting has gone through, it's finished, it's deleted that particular bottling order. If I wanted to do this in bulk, I create new at the top. So here, effectively, I'm using an existing bottling order to create multiple bottling orders. So I have to select the location and the duty status that I want to pick my paid reserves from. So let's say blue and duty free. And then I do actions and get paid reserves. So this will now show me all the paid reserves in the blue location that are duty free. This you can filter, you can search. So you can also filter and search it by campaign. So if you've got a campaign against the products, you can then say, I want to attach all the products for a particular campaign and do the bottling in bulk. I can populate here. So if I edit this now, I can now say I want all of those 4, that 5. I only need to convert maybe half of those, all of those, all of those. So you select which ones. You can populate that quantity selected in bulk for all of them if you want to. Then say OK. It'll tell you that multiple bottling orders will be created. You say yes. Oh, and then quantity is not available. That's good. Let's try that again. Let's be a little bit less ambitious with the number of products. So Let's do 10 of those, 15 of those, and 2 of those. Let's try that again. Yes. So now if I go back to my list, you'll see it's created all these new bottling orders for me then to go in and tell the system how I want to convert the existing paid reserve into one of these new possible paid reserves by modifying the new quantity. But I also said that you could do this in bulk from a managing point of view. So this is how you create the bottling orders that we want to convert. If I go to paid reserve worksheet, the advantage of creating those potential new items when I create the bottling order is that they automatically appear here on the worksheet, waiting for me just to go in and fill the quantities in. So this list here might obviously be for lots of campaigns, lots of items, lots of dates, so you can filter them down to create a subset maybe for a campaign or for a particular product that you want to bottle. And then you would go through and type in the new quantities and it'll work out the cost and the equivalent case given the cost on the original paid reserve that's in the system. So the details at the top here give you the existing paid reserve that relates to the one we're trying to change at the bottom. So if I click on here on bottling order 14, you'll see that bottling order 14 has changed to the top. If I click on 13, it'll become 13 at the top to try and just give you the information about where the stock is coming from. So this you can manage here. You can export it to Excel, and using Rapid Start, you could populate it back in bulk. So you can do all your calculations in Excel, import them back in, and then the system will check that all the calculations are correct, and you can post in bulk from here if you need to do that same posting I did before from the one bottling order. You can do that in bulk. So like I said, typically this is for the en primeur process, but in any situation, maybe the stock's arrived at the warehouse and the warehouse tell you that the units of measure are slightly different to what you expected, you could use this to convert it easily. Or if the customer had changed their mind and they want to convert it from one unit measure to another, you can use the bottling order for that as well. So hopefully, again, that's a useful bit for those that have lots of paid reserves and offer the kind of the en primeur process.